Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. My name's Tom Novak, and today is July 11th of 2022. It's Monday, 77 degrees Fahrenheit or 25 degrees Celsius. Taste of Canton. That's a nice Chinese restaurant that I go to. I'm going to do a tree for Jim's restaurant because a couple of his died, so I'm going to use the Jay's gift, the tropical soil mix from Bonsai Outlet, and Jay's on Blue Jay Bonsai. So Jay, we're going to give it a try. The tree we're going to do is a Rio Diplophyidemia. I don't know, something like that. The ground cover, we're going to use green carpet rupture wort. So here is the Rio. And yes, we got to cut the flowers off in order to fit it in the pot, but that's what it is. And I took the rupture wort out of the cell because it's a 6-pack and they're together, so it's just like a sedum. So we're going to try that out, and we'll try to do a little landscape or something for it. Here's the pot that Jim gave me, so I cleaned it up the best I could. I couldn't get all this whatchamacallit off. All the calcium deposits because it was sitting in water. But we'll give it a try. I gotta find the best spot. So I think this is the best view. So we're gonna put that down there, and don't forget the screen that I use for the plenums. I got some left over. That's the canvas screen. You can get it at Hobby Lobby. I think it's a square for about 79 cents. And all I'm going to do, and I learned this from Jonah from Crafts and Succulents. She gave me the idea with using this for the bottom instead of the screen. So this should work out pretty good. So we're going to just cut it and fit the screens in. Just like that. Okay, but before we do any work on this, we are going to do some drastic pruning. So I got my ironwood tools out. I got my needle nose. So I don't know if you can see, the trunk is here. So let's clip some of this off so we can see where we're going at. Now there we get a view of the trunk. Now you see it splits out into a branch. So right now it's real top heavy. So all I'm going to do is cut it back. Get the flowers off. Strip it and stick it in some water with the willow. Maybe we can get some cuttings out of it so we can make some more bonsai trees. I don't know. We'll check it out. Take the flowers off because we have to do that to get everything growing there. Let's see if I can get a closer view for you. Okay, we're going to cut into here. We'll have a nice little bushy canopy. Let me strip these leaves off. Cut the flowers. Flowers are no good. If you're going to root, it takes all the energy out. And we have a nice branch coming out there, so we're going to just cut it to about here. All we're using is directional pruning. I mean, the flowers are nice, but what are you going to do? I can't give it a gem that way because this thing has to be potted and has to grow. Now, we got a thicker trunk here, so I have to take some of the vigor out of it, so I'm going to cut it back. You know what? If I take it off, we don't need that trunk. So we're just going to cut it close, strip off the leaves, cut off the flower, just like that. Put it in the water. I don't know how the willows are doing. I haven't checked on them yet, but we'll see what happens. So now at least you can see the trunk a little better. And I'm not going to put no lipstick on there. Here it's called Rio Grande Red. That's the real name of it. Because if I put the lipstick on now, I'll get it all over me. But there we go. I think we're going to have a nice little tree. If we can get it out of the pot. So the best thing to do is to take your, I got my, not, why waste, just cut the pot. What's the difference? I got plenty of pots. Cut it down the middle. Take it out. Let's see how our roots are. Now this got a tough root system there. Take the tag off. And you can see all the roots growing in there. So what we're going to do is take our chopstick and try to get most of this off. Now I let it dry because I knew I was going to repot it, so it's going to be easier for the soil to come out. Let me see if I can get this a little closer. And let me put the pot on the side so we don't break it. There we go. And we get this big bag of soil out of the way. And let's go to here so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. Just get a lot of that root system out. Get all this soil off of it the best we can. We'll see how the trunk is. Now you can see it's got like thick roots forming, but I want these feeder roots here. So let's just keep digging away there, get it out, because you want this, you want to get most of the soil out, because right now I want the roots to not stay in one ball, because hey, I'm home. They got to feel their way out into the new soil. So that's why I'm taking a lot of this off. So let's put them over here. Take the soil off, put it there. Then I'm just going to rinse them in a bucket of water I got here. Yes, then I got a lot of cleaning down here. Today it's a muggy day. It rained just ever so slightly. But that means I can work in the basement. I got fish. I got a couple of tanks to clean. I did the fish tank at the other rectory. I put a new pump in there. A shark pump. I don't know what this is. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if that's a thick root or what. It might be. We're just trying to get all this stuff out the best we can. I don't want to get it all off because we want to save a lot of these feeder roots. So for the root, we're going to take this big fat one off and just save the feeder roots. And I think we can get a nice little spread like that. So all I'm going to do is stick it in the water. Let it sit and rest. And Tom, would you forget? Of course, Tom, you always forget something. Paper towels. What are you going to do? That's life. It happens. That's why God made pants, so we can wipe our hands in it. Don't tell my wife. So, where's my pot? Here's the pot. Up we go. And the reason why I'm using Jay's mix is because sometimes in a restaurant they're a little heavy and watering, so this looks like a good draining mix. I have to buy more measuring cups. I don't know what I do with all my measuring. Well, you know why? All my measuring cups are missing because I got this place a mess. So I got this little thing here, and you can see the mix, the tropical blend mix. So we're just gonna hold that down, put it in. There we go, just like that. Now, we got a nice little bushy top tree, so I think we can stick this off to the side. There's not too many downward facing roots. We can put that off to the side like that, and then I can take our rupture wort, our green carpet, because it was in a regular pot. I mean, it was a 6-pack, so I had to dig it out. So all I'm going to do is just take these bottom roots off and just cut through here. And that will look like a nice little green carpet. Okay, so let me cut the bottom off here. There we go. And that should fit real nice in here. Something like that over there. I don't know, we'll try it out. Okay, Tom, let's get cracking here. All right, let's get the show on the road. There you go. Now remember, what's today? Today is Monday, and you know what Monday is. It's comedy night. Turn on some old-time radio with Jack Benny, George Burns and Gracie Allen, Fibber McGee and Molly, The Life of Riley, Red Skelton, or you can get the old TV shows and put them on from the 50s. I mean, they had a lot of good shows. I always liked George Burns and Gracie Allen. Don't forget Jack Benny, he was a card too. And you know that Jack Benny and George Burns were the best of friends. There we go. Let's get it all in. This is a pretty good soil. Thank you, Jay. Great looking soil here. This, I think, will work good on my minis. So I'm just going to use this because this way here it'll give Jim a chance to water it without killing it. There we go. And you know what, Tom? What'd you do wrong? Okay, let's dig this out. There we go. We forgot to give it a haircut. So I'm just going to give it a teeny little haircut across the top because it'll spread out and grow real nice. So I'm going to try to make like a little lake effect. There we go. Let's see if it's even with the pot a little below I want it. There we go. And I cut the bottom off, so that's going to be good for the roots to expand out. So let's get our soil into our little tree here. We got a nice little trunk there. Just like that. And just poke some soil into the root ball there. There we go. Excellent mix, Jay. Excellent mix, but I'm going to use it for my minis because this looks like a cool soil. There we go. Always try something different. It don't have to be expensive. So I'll take some of my micus, because I knew I forgot that, and put that along the root system there. It's alright. It'll go in. We'll just get it in with our chopstick. Get a little bit of azus, because we want this beneficial bacteria to take off, because there's, right now, there is no bacteria in this soil as far as I can tell. There we go. Just like that. Just get it into the roots real nice. And remember, beneficial bacteria work hand in hand with the plant. And how can I say it so you can understand it? When the plant, they call it exudates, but I call it poop. When the plant poops, the bacteria loves the poop and it eats that. And then the bacteria poops, and the roots love the poop from the beneficial bacteria, because they get all their nutrients that way. There we go. Just like that. So they call it exudates, but I think for everybody to understand what I'm saying, we'll just call it poop. Okay. So now I'm going to take and just give the soil a good wetting so I can get it in. Now, what we're going to do, push it in, get our soil base in like that. Now I'm going to take some sand and, Tom, what'd you do with your spoon? Ha! You cleaned up a little bit and you lost it. Well, what are you going to do? Let's see if I got another spoon laying around here. Oh, I got some measuring spoons. That'll work. And we're just going to put this around our rupture wart, because we're going to make it look like a little island. Now, if you're in the Chicago area, check out Taste of Canton, because they make some great food there. And I love their steamed vegetables, or pea pod leaves or tips, or whatever you call them. There we go, just like that. Now, we don't need a rock. That's too big. Let's see, how are we going to do this? Before we do anything, Mr. Elephant to the rescue. We got to water them in. We got to get all that beneficial bacteria in. And it looks like it's going in real nice and easy. And then I'm going to put it in the back of the microclimate there, what I showed you. There we go. Just like that. Little island. And why are we making a little island there? So this way here, let's see, what do I got? There we go. Around our island, we can take some of our stone and put it around it. Just like that. Remember, your tree is there, but you got to give it some dressing up. The tree's going to go into a nice, hopefully a nice broom style canopy and still have the flowers. But I'm going to put it in the microclimate so I can get it to get the roots growing, and not put it in the heat of the sun so it gets some nice time to get settled back in. So we're going to take this and get our water. I love this. This is the best water out. It's called Fins First by an aquatic substrate, but I think it's by, I don't know, that's it, Fins First. It's a 5-pound bag for $5, but well worth the price. So when I get this blue wet, you can see how nice it shines. There we go. Just get it in. Take your time. Get it in. Turn on some roll-time radio shows tonight. Sit back in your favorite chair. Relax with a cup of tea. And it's comedy night. Sit back and enjoy the comedians. Comedy was comedy. There we go. Just like that. Get the water out flowing this way. A little bit this way. Just something different. There we go. Had to put my farmer frog out there for everybody to see it. There we go. And then around the base of our tree, we've got everything in nice and good. Now the reason why I'm putting this rock on there, it'll also hold moisture and it'll be like our little landfill here, where the tree is just growing in the middle of nowhere, right by the water. There we go. If you guys never heard of Fibber McGee and Molly, they're a card. I like Mr. Old Timer. He's pretty good. Speaking of old timers, I haven't shown you Grandpa. We got to see how Grandpa's doing. So I have to show you guys on an update how Grandpa's doing. He's doing pretty good. He survived the winter pretty good, and I got him in the shade by the microclimate. There we go. Just something different. A little river flowing through. Use the old imagination. Let's see if we can get a nice rock in the corner. If I can dig it out. Maybe some back here. There we go. Just like that. Take our spray bottle and you'll see how it'll look. And as the rupture wart grows, let's get these guys a little wet. But before we get the back side where the cut was, see, that could be our front over here, like that, where the river's coming in and it splits. Or we can have it this way, but it's curving out this way. So I bet you this could be our front this way, with the back coming out. We'll see how she grows. Either way, it looks good. But I'm tending to have it more that way. So what else can we put in there, Tom? Let me see what we got. Get my big ball of string out of the way. And oh, can't use that. Let's see if our rabbits are out. Here we go. Mr. Rabbit. And he can be sitting over here checking out the situation. I think that's our front right there. So let's get some lipstick. I got the gold lipstick, so that should match the cut and the branch a little bit, almost like brown. There we go. That'll prevent any rot from going in there. So that'll be our front just like that, with Mr. Rabbit sticking out. So just give it a try, don't worry about it. Get my little decoration. You get the foam from Hobby Lobby or Michael's, and you can make your own little display stand. So that's it for today. Remember, a cup of tea. Video getting too long. Cup of tea. Old time radio tonight. Comedy night. Take care, everybody. Give it a try. I'll have to make a little sign for this, and there she is. Let's see if I can lift it. Oop, there we go. And there it is. And I'll put it in a microclimate now. And then this way here, it can get all settled in so the roots can heal and grow. Take care, everybody, and have a good night. Take care. Whoop. It's about 12:30. Getting late. Go ahead, rest.